Akai, reporting from Uyo, Akwa Ibom, Nigeria.
All right, many thanks, Rosa Kai, there. She filed that report. Well, let's take the conversation forward as we bring on board our guests in the studio and online. Well, joining me, we have three respected veterans in media. Well, let's start with the in-studio guests. To my right, I do have Mr. Tijansi. He is a veteran journalist and director of EDUCOM Institute here in Dakar. And to my left is Mr. Sadibu Marong, head of Reporters Without Borders Bureau for West and Central Africa. And joining us online from Nigeria's capital, Abuja, is Dr. Adams Momo. He is the head of programs, Abuja Broadcasting Corporation. Gentlemen, thank you so much for finding time to join us on this important day. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Dr. Momo, welcome, and good to see that you've joined us online. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Indeed. Well, I would like to start with you, Mr. C, here. And as we know, World Radio Day 2026, it's all about artificial intelligence and the radio itself. Just like the Millennium Bug, which took the world by storm, in practical terms, what is it like for today's radio industry?
Well, thanks. I think when we take this year's theme, radio and AI, just shows probably
maybe you can just move a bit closer to your microphone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I if we consider this year's theme, radio and AI, it shows how important it has become. But the concerns, they may be there, because whenever we have change in any field, people are anxious. I think that's the nature of human beings. But if the report we listened to, with a reporter going from one place to one place, speaking to real journalists, real actors, media professionals, I'm not sure AI will do that sooner. That's one thing. So I think all the hype and all the talks, I mean, it's normal. There are things that would change, definitely. But let's just see it as a tool that has come that can improve our work. For me, the biggest issue is not whether we will embrace it fully, partly, but how will we do it? Will we do it ethically? Because, I mean, even without AI, we have seen people acting unethically in the media sector. So this comes it just adds another challenge, another ethical challenge. It does not mean at all that everyone will use it unethically, because I think in everything we just need to see the various aspects of it and accept that it is here. It is here to stay.
But is it changing how content is being produced and delivered?
Changing, maybe helping.
Okay.
Accelerating things. Yeah, accelerating things like the transcript of your interviews. It can go faster. Certain things, probably data analysis of your listenership and things like that. Audience analysis and things like that. But changing fundamentally, I think radio remains something where we need a human voice. I can remember 2 or 3 years ago, I was a member of the jury of Wameka. There was this Nigerian application that came. It was a radio piece. The reporter tried to enhance his own voice with AI. But it was so robotic, so machine-like that none of the members of the jury liked his piece. So let's take it just more calmly. Let's consider that it is a tool. It can help us do our work, but replacing, I'm not that sure.
Let me cross over to Abuja and where Mr. Momo is online. Mr. Momo, thank you again for joining us. Do you think AI can help radio stations operate more efficiently in the context where you have limited resources?
Sure. Thanks for having me once again. I believe that AI can really make us more effective, more efficient. Just like you said, in Africa, where we have a lot of limitations in terms of infrastructure and all of the other challenges that we face, that bedevils broadcasting. AI makes us more effective, considering the fact that a lot of our productions are either low budget or no budget at all. So having an AI tool that will help as a production assistant would be of great help. And I think for a lot of veterans and those who have been called by broadcasting, the AI will remain a production assistant. But the concern is for the younger generation, especially those who are picking up broadcasting, as a profession. In the absence of AI literacy, in the absence of capacity building, there's every tendency that they are going to use AI. They're going to replace their own voices with the voice of with that of the AI, and they're going to they're going to relinquish their creative license to the AI. And that should be our major concern. So if we have a lot of AI literacy, advocacy going on out there, if we have a lot of capacity building, I think we will have ethical use of AI. But to say that whether AI will enhance efficiency in broadcasting, I think AI will surely do that.
Well, you mentioned young stars and those that are just picking up this profession. I mean, this is a straight up question. Would you say for them, radio is still relevant?
Radio is extremely relevant. The radio had, continuously evolved. And with the integration of the radio into the mobile phone, the radio has assumed immortality. So the radio continues to be relevant. The question is, yes, consumer behavior has changed. The question is, how do they consume information from the radio? That is the point, not the fact that radio has become irrelevant to their lifestyle.
Indeed. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Mama, for those responses. Let me come to Mr. Maron. Mr. Maron, you have been fighting for the rights and freedom of journalists across board, print, broadcast, radio, television as it is. What would you say are the most pressing threats right now to the freedom of journalists, especially radio broadcasters?
Thank you very much and good morning, Tijan and Momo, and also allow me to pay a tribute to the radio broadcasters and producers in West Africa. Today is probably an important day for them and their listeners. From our perspective, as we are referring to the day, we have seen trends which are actually very difficult for radio producers and journalists. For example, if we can go to the DRC, for example, where there is this war against between the loyal army and the M23. We have seen from January last year to January this year, nearly 25 radio stations which has been attacked and by the M23 and the loyal army. This is quite problematic. And many journalists who fled the country, actually between the Rwanda and Burundi or even Uganda, they are mostly radio journalists working for the regions. We also have seen in the Sahel region how community radio stations in war-torn areas, they have paid a really, really high price. For example, recent example last year or 2 years back is Abdul Aziz Jibrila in Mali, who has been killed there actually, and some of his colleagues, they have been also kidnapped up to now. In a nutshell, I mean, this is something, it is a trend, and we also are seeing, for example, the legal issue for some community radios, for example, even in Senegal and in some countries. They are lagging behind in terms of recognition by some, media laws and so and so. In a nutshell, there are a lot of kind of attacks, either from DRC, from Somalia, or from Sahel onto radio journalists, radio producers, and the radios themselves also. They have been most of them, they have also been, for example, the antennas, they have been cut because if it is, for example, the armed group terrorists, they might consider that this is not something which has a certain added value, a value adding to their advocacy, quote unquote. And behind that, we are still also seeing a kind of resistance and resilience of people trying, still believing to the power of radio.
But have there been instances where AI has helped in reporting some of these cases?
Yes, we have seen some trends somehow, because I agree with Tijan and Momo. I think in terms of added value, I mean, how in the production chain, how AI might be used to improve and boost the production. But the key issue for us as an organization and also as monitoring, I think the key issue is how to remain ethical in all of that. How to remain also human, the human dimension, because it is sure that it might be very difficult, for example, to see. I mean, we have seen some here and there at a more global level, dimension, where initiative where radio has been done from A to Z production by AI. But the robotic dimension is there. I mean, the listeners also, they have been also complaining. I mean, the human dimension has been lacking, and this is something we need to take into consideration. Now we can support the use of AI in the blockchain, in the chain, but it should be ethical and professional also. Yeah.
Well, Mr. Momo, let me come to you. In your station, how are you managing this trend? You heard Mr. Marang talked about the robotic nature and no human feeling in terms of presentation and scripting. How is your organization managing this?
Well, it's very important that as we adopt AI, we start, in phases. I would say that we have consistently maintained the initial phase of the use of AI. That is using AI in your research, using AI, for as a production assistant, selecting, background music, using it for transcription, using it for translation in some cases. So we're still at that stage. From that stage of using AI, the next phase will be if, for example, we manage to have an AI system where the model has been trained using our own data, we might move to more advanced use of the AI. But because our station is the oldest station in Nigeria's capital, so we're coming from the we have a lot of veterans, and we insist that the use of AI must not replace our voices. So we're still at that stage, and we intend to expand the use of AI the moment we have put certain infrastructure in place. But for now, the creative ability, the creativity still rests with us. We have an editorial policy that we haven't been able to train. We have not even thought about training any AI to maintain our editorial policy. And then we broadcast in several languages, which we believe that our translators are doing a fantastic job. So I'll repeat again, the use of AI in my station is still as a production assistant.
Indeed. Well, I want to welcome